Yes. Okay. So today's class we are focusing on those topics, and yes, one small topic also we are covering, which has been asked once in UPSC. Okay. So basically, it's a revision class. I would like you to, or like you all to participate in this aspect. Okay. So now, before going into the class, again, the same concepts that are there. Yes. We have discussed all of these concepts. Prime number. Yes. What is prime number? What is composite? Okay, this all we have discussed. Natural, whole numbers, integers, co-prime, twin prime. Okay, so these topics we have covered. Apart from this, there are two more concepts, that is a rational number, right? Now, what do we mean by rational number? What do we mean by rational number? This is something that we have not covered. If it is said P is a rational number, what does it mean? Is 1.2 a rational number? What would you say? Is it a rational number? Any number that can be represented, exactly. Okay. Yes, Shivaranjani is right. So when we talk about when we talk about rational numbers, it simply means if you can write it in a fraction format. Okay, that is, if you can write it in p by q format, and then that is considered as a rational number. Okay. Now here, if you can write it like this, yes, definitely p by q format is there. So this is considered as a rational number. And another criteria here is q should not be 0. Okay, because we have discussed in one of the classes, that is, in the fraction format, if the denominator becomes 0, what does it lead to? We have discussed this. That is, any number when we divide it by 0. Uh, this is something we discussed, right? 1 by 0. Any number is given divided by 0. Okay, I'll give you the scenario so that you can remember the question. For example, if I say statement 1, okay, P and Q are whole numbers. Okay, P and Q are whole numbers. In question, I am saying P by Q. Okay, P by Q is always positive. Okay. Now, is that a correct reasoning? If I am saying P and Q are whole numbers, this is not a question actually, this is a conclusion. And if I say P by Q is always positive, what would you say? Is this a correct conclusion? No. Yes. Okay. No. No. Okay. What is the problem here? Why is it not always positive? Yes, exactly. Okay. So please remember, yes, exactly. So here, when we say P by Q is whole numbers, there is a possibility that Q can be 0. Okay. And when we say Q is 0, and no matter what the value of P is, it can be anything, we say this as undefined. Okay. We do not say infinity, because any number it is there, it tends to infinity. Okay. It's not actually infinity, it tends to infinity. So that is why mathematicians directly say if there is a 0 in the denominator, we call it as undefined. Okay. The same goes for 0 by 0 also case. Okay. This also we discussed in one of the classes. Okay. Now the same thing is same logic we are applying here also. Okay, when we talk about rational numbers, again the criteria here is it should be in P by Q format and Q should not be equal to 0. Okay. Now, what about irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are any such numbers which you cannot write it in this format. Okay. Simply. So can I say the entire number system, okay, is composed of what? Rational and irrational numbers. Is made up of rational and irrational numbers. Can I say this? It's a mix of rational and irrational numbers. That's it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Okay. I'm saying the entire numbers that are there in the number system. Can I say it's just a mix of rational and irrational numbers? Yes. Okay, we can definitely mention them as a mix of rational and irrational numbers. Okay. Any doubt here? Anyone? This is something that I did not discuss. That is the reason I'm discussing this one now. Any issue? Rational, irrational means that. Okay. चलो ठीक है, इसको एक और बार ध्यान से सुन लो. Okay, rational. Okay, what does it mean in? Okay, fine. See, okay. Let me discuss this in detail so that it becomes very clear. ठीक है? Irrational numbers. Okay. Now, what is the definition of rational numbers? Raghavan, it simply says any number that I can write in P by Q form. Okay. P by Q form means this can be an integer, this can be another integer. Okay. The only condition is Q should not be 0. Okay. Q cannot be 0. This means it should not be equal to 0. Okay. So what does rational number mean? It simply means I put any integer value here. Let's say I put 1 and 1. Here the only condition is the denominator should not be 0. Okay. So what is a rational number? It can be 1. Okay. I put any other value, 1 by 2. Here P is what? An integer. Q is what? Another integer. Again, Q is not equal to 0. So this is also a rational number. Are you getting this? Similarly, I can say 2 by 3, 4 by 5, 6 by 7, 8 by 9. Okay. So these are all rational numbers. Okay. If I can point out that if I can write the expression in this format, fraction format, it is considered as rational numbers. Okay. Now, what do I mean by this? इसको थोड़ा और detail में समझते हैं. Okay. There is something known as recurring rational numbers and non-recurring rational numbers. ठीक है. अभी ये चीज आप समझ लेना. What does recurring mean? First and the foremost thing is, if any point is, let's say I discuss any point, 2.5, is this a rational number? How do I find out? It is simply, it is 2.5, right? So what do? I can write this as 25 by 10. This is similar to 2.5, right? Now, if I just simplify it, it becomes what? 5 by 2. That is, if I divide 5 by 2, it gives me 2.5. Okay. So this is considered as a rational number. I can write this in a fraction format, and my Q, the denominator, is not equal to 0. Okay. So this is considered as a rational number. Till here, everyone got it? यहां तक क्या आपको समझ में आ गया? ठीक है. तो मतलब यदि कोई भी नंबर हो, ओके, फॉर दैट मैटर आई राइट एनी नंबर, let's say I'm writing it as 1, okay, 1.1357465, okay. If I'm writing this number and I'm ending it here, okay, it is here that I'm ending it, that simply means what? If it is terminating decimals, note it down. If it is terminating decimals, that means after the decimal point, there is fixed number of numbers that are there. If this is the scenario, all of such numbers are considered as what? Rational numbers. Are you getting this, everyone? Okay. So rational number is anything that can be written in P by Q form, Q not equal to 0. And one condition here, one of the examples could be if you are dividing that fraction also, after the decimal point, there will be limited number of numbers. It will end. Okay. So that is why we call it as terminating decimals. That means there is an end to this. Yes, decimal also is rational. Okay. Now in decimal may terminating decimals are rational. Nitish. Okay. That is if I end it up somewhere. Okay. यहाँ तक इस हम नहीं अभी सब कुछ पहले पहले we go with one and one Raghavan. Okay. यहाँ तक के समझ में आया? Terminating you have understood? Yes. ठीक है. Now we consider recurring. Till here I am assuming everyone has got terminating decimals, what it means. That is after the decimal point, there is limited number of numbers. So all of those numbers are considered as rational numbers. Okay. Now the next one is recurring. Okay. Or we say it as non-terminating. Okay. What does this mean? It simply means 2.5 is terminating. Yes. 2.6 is terminating. 2.67 is terminating. 2.1234578 is also terminating. That is after the decimal point. If it is stopping at some number, that is terminating. Okay? Yes, 0.999 is also terminating. You can write that as what? 999 by. Okay? If it is 0.999 and it is going on, then that is another case. Okay? That we will discuss. If it is just 0.9999, then that is terminating. Fine. Because I can write this as again in fraction format. Okay? अगला चीज आप देखो, if you have understood terminating, let me erase all of this. So one concept we have learned is terminating. I hope everyone has got this. यहाँ पे कोई doubt नहीं है. ठीक है? Next one is non-terminating. Okay, what does this mean? Non-terminating means, let's say if I divide 1 by 3, what do I get? I get as 0.33333 and it will go on. Yes. That means what happens here? Here, even though this is not terminating, terminating means after the decimal point, there should be limited number of decimals. Okay. But here it is not terminating. It is still going on. Okay. It is non-terminating. Okay. But what we observe here is it is repetitive in nature. Are you getting this? That is 3333. It is being repeated. So this is considered as, even though it is non-terminating, but if it is of repeating nature, these numbers are also, they also come under rational numbers. Okay, you can clearly see here, because I can write this in P by Q format, right? P by Q. Okay, and Q is not equal to 0. Okay, so any kind of terminating decimals are there. Yes, they are considered as rational numbers. Okay. Any non-terminating, what does non-terminating mean? That are after the decimal point, there is no limit. It is still going on. But what we observe about that decimal point is it is repetitive in nature. It is following a set pattern. For example, if I say 0.3434343434 and it is going on. What does this mean? Again, it is non-terminating, but it is repetitive in nature. That is 343434. It is repeated. So this is also considered as what? A rational number. Are you getting this, everyone? Okay, Shivaranjani got it. Jyotsna got it. What about the rest of you? Vicky got it. Anisha got it. Got it. Dekho, Raghavan, the only thing is, for example, if I write 0.67676767, what do you observe here? You observe that after the decimal point, the numbers are not, it is never ending, right? It is still going on. Okay, it's still going on. Here it will be 6767 like this. Okay, but what you observe here is there is a pattern here, right? That is 67 is repeated again and again and again. Yes. So what does this mean? It simply means this is a rational number. That is, it is non-terminating and it is repeating. Are you getting this, Raghavan? Okay. All right. Now we come to the next concept. Acha, before going into this, let me just digress from this a bit more. See, if you find, अभी हम number system नहीं बात कर रहे हैं. Let's say if this kind of questions do come in exam and in UPSC already similar pattern question has been asked 2 times. Okay, 2 बार ऐसे questions पूछा जा चुका है. So if you find these kind of questions and you have to write it in fraction format. Fraction format means you have to write it in P by Q format. Okay, what do you do is you simplify it. This, see, what do you see here? That is 67 is being repeated again and again. So you write this as 0.67 bar. Okay, 67 bar means at the top of it, if you write a bar sign, it simply means that digits are again and again repeating. It is non-terminating and it is repeating again and again. Are you getting this? Okay, so this is how you represent it. Now, how do you write this in fraction format? Simply you write 67 divided by, after the decimal points, how many digits are there? There are 2 digits, right? So how many digits are there? Those many times 9 you will write. Okay, here there are 2 digits. So you will write 9 2 times. Okay, that means 67 by 99 will give you this fraction. 0.676767676767. Okay. Similarly, if you have to write this in fraction format, 0.34, hai na? What you will do is you will write this as 0.34 bar. How many digits are there? Here it is simply 2 digits. Okay, so write this at the below 99. So 34 by 99 will give you what? This exact number. And you can see here, this is what? A rational number. Are you getting this, everyone? Okay. Now, you tell me, if I write a decimal point 345 like this, okay, how will you represent this in fraction format? Yes, exactly, right. Here what you observe is there is 3 decimal points that are being repeated. Okay, So what you will take is, you will take, yes, you will write 3, you will write, yeah, 1 second. Yeah, you will write 345 divided by what? 999. Why 999? Because again, 3 digits after the decimal point. Okay. Similarly, here also, if you observe, this is what? 0.3 bar, because 3 is being repeated again and again. So this is nothing but 3 by, here you will write 9, because again, after the decimal point, only one digit is there. So if you simplify it, you will get it as what? 1 by 3 itself. Okay, so already I think 2 times UPSC has asked question on this concept. So please do remember the same. Till here, everyone got it? I hope this is clear. 1 by 3 simply means it is a rational number, and which you, if you write it in this format, it will be what? 0.33333. Okay. I'm just converting this into a rational number, which can be written in fraction format. Okay. All right. So if these two concepts are clear, now we discuss the last concept. So what do we understand till here? That is, when we talk about rational numbers, okay, there are two major aspects here. One is they can be terminating in nature. Okay, if it is terminating, by default, it is a rational number. Okay, if it is non-terminating, okay, but it is repetitive in nature. Okay, what about 1.45? अच्छा, if you want to learn, अभी सीखेंगे कि बाद में सीखेंगे इस चीज को? ठीक है, अभी सीख लो, आपने पूछा तो चलो. हाउ टू राइट एंड फॉर्म. ठीक है. Okay, now you have asked this. See, how can I write this? This is 1 plus 0.45, 45, 45, 45. Yes, Jyotsna. Till here, any problem? Here, what I have done is simplified it. It is 1 plus 0.45. Yes. Now I can write this as 1 plus 0.45 bar. Or I can write this as 1 plus 45 by 99. Yes. Or I can write this as 135 by 99. Are you getting this? Sorry, but not 135 by 99. It will be for 145. Yeah. No, 145. No. 99, 45, 14, right? Then 144. Okay. Sorry, that is a calculation mistake here. Here it is. When you add it up, it will be 144. Okay. 144. Okay. So here it is what? Here simply 99 is there. 99 plus 45, like this. Is this clear? Crystal clear. ठीक है. तो ये भी आया है. Okay, it's also there in your crystal clear. चलो, तो ये rational numbers आपको समझ में आ गया. Jyotsna, I hope you have understood. So if you divide simply 144 by 99, you will get the same fraction. Okay. Same goes for 2.45. It will be 2 plus 0.45 bar. Okay. Now we come to the last concept, that is, what if it is non-terminating? Okay. And it is non-repetitive also. What do I mean by this? If I say the number is 3 point, for example, if I say pi is what? 22 by 7. Okay. If I take this, it is what? 3.1415. Uske aage, I think 9 is there. And it is going on. Okay. So what we observe here is there is no pattern here. Okay. It's not terminating and it is not having any repetitive structure. Okay. So pi or square roots or cube roots, here all of them, for example, cube root of 8, sorry, 8 nahi. So let's say 10. Okay. So when we talk of such numbers, we observe that they are non-terminating and they are not repetitive also. So when we talk about these numbers, we talk about what? They are considered as irrational numbers. Is this clear? Okay, irrational numbers is which are never ending and there is no pattern here also. Any doubt till here? I hope this is clear. Okay, got it? Okay. अब चलो, you tell me, what about integers? ठीक है. Would you consider integers as rational numbers? Are integers rational numbers? What about others? Okay, so all integers that we have, okay, you can write 1, 2, 3, है ना? So here it is what? 2 is there. If I'm taking an integer 2, it is what? Basically 2 by 1. Okay, P by Q format. So be it integers, be it whole numbers, okay, be it even numbers, be it odd numbers, be it positive integers, be it negative integers, they are all subsets of what? Rational numbers. 0 is also a rational number. 0 can be written as what? 0 by 1. Right. The only condition is Q should not be 0. P can be 0. No problem. Okay. So whatever we have learned here, everything is what? Rational number का एक subset है. Okay. Subset means a small portion of it. Okay. Now, what is not a rational number? That is basically irrational numbers. Okay. Now, coming back to what I just asked you at the start, that is anything that you see, show it in the number system. Okay. Entire number system is there. Everything is a sum of rational plus irrational numbers. Irrational का मतलब क्या हो गया? Irrational का मतलब ये हो गया कि it is not rational, it's not logical. Okay, rational का मतलब क्या हो गया? It's logical. We can define it in P by Q format. Okay. Irrational का example है what I just showed you, Nitish. Okay, 22 by 7 हो गया, है ना? √2, √3, all of these are irrational numbers. Fine. I hope this is clear, everyone. Clear, Nitish. ठीक है? Yeah, cube root of 10 आप लो. If it is never ending, okay, non-repetitive हो जाएगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. ठीक है? Now we discuss the last aspect of it. Let's say if I say P plus Q, okay, this is a rational number, okay, and if I say P and Q must be rational numbers, what do you think here? If this is, let's say, one of the statements given, if P plus Q is equal to a rational number, then P and Q must be a rational number. What do you think about this? If P plus Q is equal to a, देखो, the condition is if P plus Q, okay, is considered to be a rational number, okay, P plus Q, that is the summation of P and Q, is considered to be a rational number, then I'm giving one of these statements as P plus P and Q. Okay, they are two different entities. P and Q, they individually must be rational numbers. No, sir, not necessary. Okay, so if you take 2 plus 1 by 3, okay, so here it is what? 7 by 3. Okay, Shivranjan. 7 by 3 is what? A rational number. Fine. Now what is P and Q? They are rational, right? This is rational. This is also rational. S1 correct. Okay. What about Manisha? Give me an example where you think this will not be rational. 3 plus 1 by 7. Again take 3 plus 1 by 7. What will happen here? 22 by 7. Yeah, exactly. So when it's 22 by 7, what is it? Again, 3 and 1 by 7 is what? Rational numbers, right? And 22 by 7 is also rational. Are you getting this? Value of pi. Okay. अच्छा वैसे अच्छा 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 ओके नहीं 22/7 ठीक है लॉजिक तो सही है कोई इशू नहीं ओके फाइन गुड ठीक है तो एक काम करो आई विल गिव यू ए क्वेश्चन हियर राइट इट डाउन ठीक है थिंक इट थ्रू एंड टेल मी लेटर ओके आई एम राइटिंग अ क्वेश्चन लेट्स से इफ p plus q is a rational number okay which of the conclusions is valid okay conclusion one is p must be rational number okay conclusion 2 is q can be irrational number ठीक है ये आपका पहला क्वेश्चन है इस पे थोड़ा सोचना ओके find out what is the nature of rational numbers when they are added when they are subtracted okay ये मैं आपको होमवर्क दे रहा हूँ similarly if p minus q is an irrational number okay so I'm giving conclusion 1 p same conclusions okay p must be let's okay p must be irrational number and what about conclusion 2 conclusion 2 is q can be rational okay so ये दो क्वेश्चन आप लिखिए okay and you tell me okay you think about this now you know the concepts okay you know the concepts of rational numbers you know the concepts of irrational numbers okay you find me the extreme cases okay इसमें थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा okay you find me the extreme cases just as Manisha gave me one similarly you find other extreme cases okay and then you tell me what is the answer to this fine you can just note it down and then let me know okay once you have noted it down let me know we'll proceed to the next one एक और Just let me write down the question and then let me know. Okay. Done. ठीक है. Fine. And ये हो गया. What about Jyotsna? Everyone done? ठीक है. Okay. And yeah, fine. And everyone think about this 22/7 also. Okay. Because not exactly. ठीक है, उसका reason है, but again, just find it out. Okay. कि why what she has said na, Manisha has said 3 is and 1/7. That is not rational. ठीक है, because exactly pi is not written as 22%. But ठीक है, उसका explanation आप देखना एक बार, and then we'll discuss that in the next class. ठीक है. Yeah. Now, let's say take another example, another term which you should know. Okay, because we are discussing rational irrational number, so this also you have to discuss. Perfect number. Okay, so if at all it is given, again ये भी statement based questions में ही आएगा तो. Okay, that is a is a perfect number. A is a perfect number less than 10. What does it mean? Okay, it's simply any perfect number. It simply means ऐसा number. For example, 6 is a number. Okay, what are its factors? Its factors are 1, 2, 3 and 6. These are the factors of number 6. Okay, now what we observe here is if you take out the number itself. Okay, if you take out the number itself, okay, that is 6, I'm not including. Whatever are the remaining factors that are there, if I just simply add up those factors, I'll get back the number at hand. Okay, so this is considered as a perfect number. Okay, so again, I'm telling you what it is. Perfect number simply means any such number which I can get back if I add up all the factors of that number, excluding the number itself. Is this clear to everyone? What is a perfect number? Okay. For example, another one is, let's say 28. Okay, so when you see the factors here, it is what? 1 is there, 2 is there, 4 is there, 7 is there, 14 is there, and 28 is there. Okay, so when you exclude the number itself, 28 you exclude, the rest of them you just add it up. What do you get? Okay, and 25, 27, 28. You will get 28 itself. So here, the point that you should note in statement-based questions are, that is, a perfect number is limited in number. Okay, it's highly limited. Okay, so in the entire thing, I think it is less than 50 or something numbers. Okay, so if at all such questions do come, that is, A is a perfect number. Okay, if one of the statement it is given, A is a perfect number, and then in the question is asked, how many is a perfect number less than, let's say, 1 lakh? Okay, how many values of A are possible? So please remember, it will be a finite value. Okay, that is the only point you have to remember. The rest is not needed. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, so we have learned what is twin primes, we have learned what is rational, we have learned what is irrational, and we have also learned what is a perfect number. Okay, any doubt till here? No. Chalo, so now I think we can proceed to the questions at hand. Okay. Now remember, these are all questions that you already know. Okay. So be very careful while you're solving such questions. And this is just the practice round. Okay. So these concepts we have already discussed. Fine. So let's start with the first question. Now, here we have two statements given. So we have already done statements. Okay. So it is saying there are 5 numbers. Now, 3 of those 5 numbers are prime numbers. Okay. And 2 are composite numbers. Then, which of the following statements are correct? Okay. So 2 statements have been given. That is A plus B minus C is definitely even. The second one is 2A minus D plus E is definitely odd. Okay, so this in one of the classes we have discussed. We have seen a similar UPSC problem also. Okay, so try solving this one. Tell me which statements do you think is or are correct. Okay, Nitesh, fine. Okay, Manisha, fine. Jyotsna, fine. Vicky, fine. What about Aisha and Raghavan? Shivranjani. Okay. What about Raghavan? D. Very good. Okay. What about Aisha? Okay. Not getting. Acha. See here, we discussed a similar problem, right? What is what what do you do in such questions? The only thing is, if it is said is definitely even, then you give out any such case. If you can find any such case where you can prove that yes, A plus B minus C is odd. Okay. If you can prove this in any of the cases, then definitely that is considered wrong statement. Okay, so here you have three prime numbers and two composite numbers. So two composite numbers, take anything. Okay, let's say B and C are composite numbers. Okay, now here what could be the possibilities here? Let's say B and C are composite. Okay, so when there are two composite numbers, there are only three possibilities. Either both the numbers are even. Okay, that is 4 and 6. Okay, example. Or one is even, one is odd, or both are odd. Okay, now when you subtract here, what will you get? You will get even. When you do subtraction over even minus odd, you will get what? Odd. And here you will get what? Odd minus odd is again even. Okay, so let us take the first scenario here. Even plus even, that is, this aspect is even. Okay, now A is a prime number. So if let's say we are considering A as a prime number, yeah, so directly what will make it odd? Yeah, if I directly say yeah, the prime number is odd itself. Okay, I'm not taking two. So then in one of the scenarios, definitely I can prove yes, A plus B minus C is odd. Fine. The same logic you will apply here also. Fine. So the answer is D. Okay, fine, Aisha. So if this is clear, go to the next one. Now, all these questions you have done, I want all of you to get the correct answers. Okay. So here, again, statement-based question is there. A question has been asked. Now, a similar problem we have already solved in the class. Okay. So the question is, if the value of x is less than 15, how many values of x's are possible? Okay. So statement one says x is the sum of 5 consecutive positive integers. Statement 2 says x is the sum of 5 whole numbers. Okay. So think it through, and then tell me which statement will answer your question. Civil engineering B, Nitish B. Okay. Okay, Manisha is saying D. Hmm. Jyotsna D. Okay. These are previous classes. Aisha D. Okay. Raghavan D. Yes, Nitish, these are previous class based questions itself, and I've brought this for you to practice. Okay. For you to revise the content before the sectional test. What about Vicky? Which statement, which option will you go with? So we have two options here now, B and D. Students who have selected B and D. B. Okay. All right. See here. So I think I don't have to explain the second statement. Okay. Second statement everyone has gone with. So I assume ki yes, you have understood this aspect. Now what about statement one? Statement one says X is the sum of 5 consecutive positive integers. So yes, when I take 5 consecutive positive integers, yes, the first 5 if I take, I add it up. What do I get? I get X is equal to 15. Okay. Now here it is clearly saying the value of X is less than 15. Okay, so it is not 15, it is less than it. But what is the question being asked? Okay, Nitish, focus on the question asked. I'm not asking what is the value of X. What am I asking? How many values of X is are possible? How many values? Here, what will be the answer? 0 values. Are you getting this? Okay. See, Nitish, when we say what is the value of X, okay, then I can definitely not answer this here, okay, because X will not have a specific value. I cannot mention through statement one what is the value of X. Okay, these are two different questions. Understand this aspect. Let's see this question first. Okay, if this is the question asked, what will be your answer? Okay, what is the value of X? So if I take statement one alone, I find ki X is equal to 15. Okay, because positive integers has been specifically mentioned. So yes, it has to start with 1 itself. Okay, and the first 5 consecutive positive integers, the value of X I'm getting is 15. Okay, but the question directly says the value of X is less than 15. Okay, so here this statement will not answer my question in this condition. If the question is exactly what is the value of X, because there is no such value which will justify this statement. Are you getting this, Nitish? I cannot find a unique value of X. ठीक है, बट यहां पे क्या बोला है? यहाँ पे एक्चुअल अभी क्वेश्चन क्या पूछा है? हाउ मेनी वैल्यूज ऑफ एक्स आर पॉसिबल? कितने वैल्यूज? हम ये नहीं बोल रहे हैं कि एक्स का क्या वैल्यू है. वी आर नॉट सेइंग व्हाट हैज टू बी द वैल्यू ऑफ एक्स. वी आर सेइंग हाउ मेनी वैल्यूज ऑफ एक्स आर पॉसिबल. फॉर एग्जांपल, it can so happen that S1 is giving you x is equal to 15, x is equal to 21. But if it is asked how many values of x is are possible, you will say what? Two values of x are possible, not 15 and 21. Are you getting this difference, everyone? Okay. So yes, exactly. That is the point. If I say, now coming back to the question at hand, I'm saying the value of x is less than 15. That the question itself describes. Okay. So here, if x is the sum of 5 consecutive positive integers, what will be the value of x? Here x is what? It will have no such value which will satisfy the condition. Yes. Are you getting this, Nitish? है ना? So here, how many values of x is are possible? 0. देखो शिवरंजनी, इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर क्या होना चाहिए? हाउ मेनी का आंसर क्या होना चाहिए? हाउ मेनी वैल्यूज ऑफ एक्स आर पॉसिबल. ठीक है, इसका आंसर होना चाहिए आइदर आई कैन से कि x विल हैव 0 सच वैल्यूज, x can have one values, x can have two such values. Now iska x can have two such values does not mean x is equal to 2. It means what? x का ऐसा दो possible values हैं. Okay, for example 15 and 21. Two such values are there which will satisfy the condition. Are you getting this, Shivaranjani? Yes, ठीक है. So I have to only select that statement which justifies or which gives me the answer. Yes, a definite answer of how many values of x are possible. It could be zero possible values of x will satisfy, or one value of x can satisfy the statement. Two different values of x can satisfy the statement, and so forth. Are you getting this, Shivaranjani? ठीक है. तो जब हम यहाँ पे हाउ मेनी वैल्यूज की बात कर रहे हैं, जब ये क्वेश्चन ये स्टेटमेंट हम देख रहे हैं, वी फाइंड आउट दैट एक्स विल हैव नो सच वैल्यू which will justify this question. X can have no such value if I just take S1 alone. Okay, so how many values of x's are possible? I am getting a very definite answer, right? There is no such value of x which will justify this if the value of x is less than 15. Is it clear, Shivaranjani? Got it. Okay. Now what about statement 2? Statement 2 mein just sum of 5 whole numbers is there. Okay. So whole number starts with 0. Take 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Here 7, 8, 9, 10. X is equal to 10. What about the next one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I add it up, it is x is equal to 15. But it is clearly given in the question that x is less than 15. So this we cannot take. Okay. Now in this scenario, what will happen? How many values of x is possible? One value of x is possible. That value is what? X is equal to 10. I hope this is clear, everyone. So that means both statements can answer my question at hand. Individually, they can answer the question. Is it clear, everyone? Let me know. Shivaranjani got it. Vicky got it. Clear. ठीक है. Raghavan, from where did you not understand? You gave the correct answer. Values from. अच्छा एक काम करो. You stay after the class, okay? You stay after the class and we will discuss this question again. Okay? Yeah, Nitish, yes, exactly. Because it is clearly defined, that is the reason S1 can also answer your question. Okay? Yeah, now try this one. The rest of you try this one. Again, a question has been asked. Is the integer x a prime number? Okay. Statement 1 is there. Statement 2 is there. Which statement will answer your question? Okay. So try solving this one. Okay. Okay, Manish is saying A, Shivranjani is saying D, Nitish is saying D. Okay. Aisha is saying D. Okay. It's not D. Okay. Ragan D. What about Vicky? Is getting C. All right. So we are getting three different answers here. See here, if x plus 1 is equal to prime, let's take first consider a case. Okay. So the question asked is the integer x a prime number? Okay, I just have to show if I can definitely say, either I should be able to definitely say, yes, x is a prime number, or I should be able to definitely say x is not a prime number. In those case mein, I can say the statement one is sufficient to answer my question, right? Now here, when I take prime numbers, take the first prime number 2. So then in this case, what happens? X is equal to 1. Okay. Take the next prime number. The next prime number is 3. Here x is 2. Now what do I observe here? That is x can be 1, x can be 2. Now this is a prime number. This is not a prime number. Okay. So now tell me, just based on statement 1 alone, can I answer this question? Okay. So I cannot definitely say. Okay. The reason is I'm getting in some cases, yeah, not a prime number. In some cases, I'm getting prime number. Okay. So here that aspect is clear. Okay. Now we discuss the second part of the question. X plus 2 is not a prime number. Okay. So if I say x plus 2 is not a prime number, then it will be equal to what? Can I say composite number? Okay, it is not a prime number, right? So मतलब I can take values. ना composite के values मैं उठा सकता हूँ. Okay. So what is the composite first value? 4. Okay. So here in this case, what I'm getting? X is equal to 2 I'm getting. Okay. Take the next composite value here. 4, 6. What do we get? X is equal to 4. Okay. So two different cases I have seen. Now the question asked is the integer x a prime number? Again, here I see it is a prime number. Here I see it is not a prime number. So can I definitely say, okay, that is, will it definitely answer my question? It will not. Okay, because again, two different answers I'm getting. Okay. Now the next part is, what if, so S1, S2 alone is not sufficient. Now you combine both of them together. That is, the condition is x plus 1 is prime and x plus 2 is not a prime. Not a prime, so take it as composite. Okay, so one value of x should be there. Okay, so if I take x is equal to 1 here, I will get 1 plus 1, 2, which is a prime. Okay, X is equal to 1 if I put here, 1 plus 2, 3. So it should be actually composite, okay? But I am getting this as prime number if I take X is equal to 1, okay? So I go for the next one, X is equal to 2. So here when I put X is equal to 2 here, yes, it satisfies this condition. 2 plus 1 is prime, okay? That is 3, which is prime. Here if I put it as 2 plus 2, 4, yes, it is composite. So X is equal to 2 satisfies my condition. Okay. Now what about X is equal to 3? If I put 3 here, 3 plus 1 is 4. It is not coming as prime. Okay. Take the next one. X is equal to 3. 4. X is equal to 4 you take. 4 what will happen? 4 plus 1. It is considered prime. 5. Right? Similarly, 4 plus 2 is 6, which is again composite. That means these two values of X do satisfy both the condition. Okay. Now from here, I'm getting it as what? This is a prime number. From here, I'm getting it as not a prime number. So when I combine both the statements together, am I getting a proper answer to this? Again, I'm not getting an answer. Okay, so what should be your answer? Is this clear, everyone? Okay. Nice. We are getting no, sir. What we are getting? Again. We cannot definitely say, right, if X is a prime or a prime number or not. We are getting value. I'm not, see, the depending upon the question you have to see. The question is not asked what is the value of X. Okay, the question is asking, is the integer X a prime number or not? So you have to get the answer as what? X is a prime number. Or you should get the answer, X is not a prime number. Yeah, you are getting what? X is equal to 2 and X is equal to 4, right? Raghavan. So X is equal to 2 is what? A prime number. X is equal to 4 is what? Not a prime number. So you're not getting one common aspect, right? In all the answer. Are you understanding this? You know, you're getting either it can be a prime or it cannot be a prime. You know, so that does not answer your question. Fine. All right. So if this is clear to you, try another one. Okay. So here the question is again, is the product of numbers X and Y a prime number? So either you should get a definite yes, yes, it's a prime number, or a definite no. Okay. So statement 1 says X minus Y is equal to a prime number. Statement 2 says Y is not a prime number. Okay. So try this one out. Okay, D Nitish, fine. Okay, Shivranjani, fine. Jyotsna, okay, fine. Anisha, okay. Vicky, okay. D. What about Aisha? Okay. What about Raghavan? See, you just put values, Raghavan, okay? Here, if you put values, if I say x minus y is equal to prime number, you just directly put values. What are the possible values? Okay. So here you have to just see, you have to negate, okay? If you have to eliminate any statement, you just have to show what? That is the product of the two numbers, xy. It is, in some cases, I'm getting it as prime, or some cases I'm not getting as prime, not prime. Okay, if you can show two values of x and y, where, yeah, you, in one case you are getting prime, in another case you are not getting prime. Okay, so definitely that will statement you can negate. Okay, yes, it has to be a definite answer. Okay, so if I have to get prime, that means what? I have to put 2 here. No, prime number 2 is there. 2 minus 0. 2 0 तो नहीं हो सकता. Then 3 1. Okay, yeah, I can get x is equal to 3, y equal to 1. Okay, in this case, what we'll get? Xy is equal to 3. Yes. Now put any value where you will not get a prime number. Okay, so here we are getting the product of x and y as prime. Okay. Now similarly, if I put one value, x is equal to 4, y is equal to 2. Okay. Here again, the same thing is happening. That is, x is 4, y is equal to 2. Then in that case, x minus y is what? 4 minus 2 or 2, which is a prime number. Now in this scenario, what will happen? Your xy becomes 8. 4 into 2, that is 8. Okay. So what you are getting is, in one scenario, you are getting the product of xy as a prime number. In another scenario, you are getting it as a composite number, which is not a prime number. So does statement 1 answer your question? It does not. Are you getting this, Raghavan? Okay. Yes, the same thing you will do for y is not a prime number, so you will consider. Okay, take all the composite numbers that you have, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then again here x is not defined, so x is not defined, so I can take x anything. Okay, so I can take any value of x. Again, when I am taking a composite number, it means what? It is by default, it will have more than two factors. Okay, so a product of a multiplication of x and y, again that will not lead to a prime number. Okay, now ये तो अपने को समझ में आ गया, ठीक है, it will not lead to a prime number. So why cannot I say it definitely will not answer my question? The people who went with D, see, if I take y is equal to composite number 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, okay, ये सब में क्या हो रहा है, इसमें दो फैक्टर्स से ज्यादा है, there are more than two factors here. Okay, so when I multiply x, y, x का अपना फैक्टर होगा, y का अपना फैक्टर होगा, so definitely there are more than two factors involved. So when there are more than two factors involved, we can clearly say that it will not be a prime number. It will not be a prime number in this scenarios. Okay, so then why did you not say S2 alone is sufficient to answer the question? Are you getting what I'm saying? Or give me one value of x and y, okay, where you are getting it as a prime number. Yes, Raghav.
Sir,
Sir?
Yes. Sir, here you told no, sir, but y is having a lot of factors, but the x about they didn't mention, no, sir. So we can take, sir, with x they didn't mention, no, sir, multiple factors. So without mentioning, how do you come to conclusion that it definitely will not be, will not satisfy like that?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if y has more than two factors, x will have its own factor also, right? For example, if x is a prime number, okay, 7 itself, let's say it is 7, it will have factor 1 and 7.
Yes, sir.
Yes. No? By definition, here, if I, let's say, let me simplify this for you. See, if I take any of these numbers, let's say 8, okay, if I take 8, multiply it by 7, let's say x is 7. So here what will happen is 7 into, if I reduce it to its factors, it is what? 2 into 2 into 2. 8 is 2 into 2 into 2. Now here, is this a prime number? Dragon?
No, sir.
No, right?
No,
Why
sir.
it is not a prime number? Because already there are many factors. Prime number का basic definition क्या है? It should have only two factors, that is 1 and itself. Right? In here, all the
Yes, sir.
scenarios, what is happening? There are more than two factors.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. Okay, Shivaranjani, you are saying 4 and 1. What is 4 and 1? ठीक है, so you take y is equal to 4, x is equal to 1. Again, what will happen is the factor is 1, 2, 4. Again, that is, we are only taking, please don't confuse here. I'm asking you a question, okay? We are just considering statement 2 alone. That's it. You all have said D as the answer. What I am trying to understand here is you are getting the correct answer, but maybe the logic is wrong. ठीक है? तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि एग्जाम हॉल में ये लॉजिक के साथ आपका आंसर गलत हो. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दिस, ओके? द थिंग इज यू शुड अराइव एट द करेक्ट आंसर यूजिंग द करेक्ट लॉजिक, देन ओनली इट मेक्स सेंस. Okay, repeat this logic. See here. Simply ये concept समझो. कोई भी नंबर ले लो नीतीश, ओके? कोई भी ऐसा नंबर, टेक एनी कॉम्पोजिट नंबर. Okay, let me simplify this. If I, नहीं, एनी कॉम्पोजिट नंबर, कोई भी कॉम्पोजिट नंबर ले लो, ठीक है? If I multiply a composite number with any other number, okay, let's say any integer is there, okay, can I say this will result into a prime number? क्या मैं बोल सकता हूँ ये? ऐसा होगा कभी? Any composite number, I'm multiplying it with any integer. ठीक है, let's say any positive integer. ठीक है, तो क्या ऐसा हो सकता है कि इट विल बी ए प्राइम नंबर? आप सिंपल सा देखो, 6 लो, कोई भी एक नंबर ले लो इधर से, तो प्राइम नंबर जो होगा वो डेफिनेटली नहीं होगा ना. द रीजन इज, यहाँ पे देखो ना, 2 मल्टीप्लाइड है ऑलरेडी, तो फैक्टर्स तो इसके ऑलरेडी हैं. यस, ठीक है. सो दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. If a composite number is there, you multiply it with any integer, positive integer, it can never be a prime number. Till here, everyone got it? ठीक है. सो उसी का कंसेप्ट मैं यहाँ पे एलैबोरेट कर रहा हूँ. दैट इज, इफ
Sir,
यू आर सेइंग,
sorry, sir. Sir, your composite number into positive, sir, 15 1 is equal to 15. If we consider composite as a number as 15, then into 1 equal to 15, it is prime number, no, sir?
15 is a prime number.
Now, 15 is a composite number into positive integer is equal to prime number, no, sir?
You said this is composite,
Composite. Yes, sir.
and then you are saying this is prime number.
Sir, sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
ठीक है.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, so here, see, y is not a prime number. So here y is what? Y can be composite numbers. It is 4, 6, 9, 8, 9, 10, all of these numbers. Okay. Now you are telling me statement 2 does not answer your question. This is what you just said when you opted for D as the option. Okay. So the only logic I am trying to find is, why is it that here xy is, you cannot say ki xy is not a prime number. If you see all the numbers that are there for y, you can clearly say, right, xy will not be a prime number. You can definitely say so. तो ऐसा क्यों नहीं? Why are you not going for S2 alone? Will answer your question. That is my question. What is the reason? Are you getting what I'm asking? The question I'm asking? Everyone? Question is about x and y. Yes. So y, देखो y यदि we need to consider both. नहीं, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है शिवरंजनी. x can be any value. x जब डिफाइन नहीं है, x can, very good, x can be any value, शिवरंजनी. Okay. Now yes, here is what Manisha has used the correct logic. That is, when I say y is not prime, I don't by default mean y is composite number. It is composite plus 1 is also there. Very good, Manisha. Okay, that is, y can be 1 also. 1 can also be a value of y. Okay, that is, 1 is what? Is not a prime number, which is correct. In such a scenario, if I take x is equal to also 1, in this case, what it becomes is xy is not prime. Sorry, is not prime. Or if I take x is equal to 2, it becomes what? xy is equal to prime. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? What we are just discussed? ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे y का जो पॉइंट है, ये y ये बस में लिमिटेड नहीं है. y can be 1 also. That is why in earlier cases we could say it is not prime. But here if we take y is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2, then that means what? xy is prime. So that means we are not getting the definite answer here. ठीक है. तो आप लोग जो आंसर दिए हो वो करेक्ट है. डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. दैट इज फाइन. आई एम सीकिंग द लॉजिक पार्ट. If the logic is correct, you will get the correct answer always. Is this clear, everyone? ठीक है, ओके। चलो इसी में एक चीज और थोड़ा सा ये करते हैं. इफ आई चेंज दिस क्वेश्चन, लेट्स से आई मेक दिस कैन, then what will be the answer? Can the product of two numbers x and y be a prime number? What will happen to the answer? देखो थोड़ा सोचो, ओके, यू हैव टू थिंक इट थ्रू. The question asked here is, can the product of two numbers x and y be a prime number? This we have discussed, right? Can में कैसे change होता है, is में कैसे change होता है. Question. B. Oh, very good, Vicky. What about Manisha? Both, okay. Either. ठीक है. आई होप दिस इज वेरी क्लियर. जब कैन पूछा जाता है, इसमें क्या हमने डिस्कस किया था? आई जस्ट हैव टू शो देर इज वन पॉसिबिलिटी, है ना? दैट इज व्हाट वी डिस्कस, डिफरेंस बिटवीन कैन बी एंड इज, राइट? कैन बी इज पॉसिबिलिटी, is what? A definite statement. Okay, and that is what we were doing. That is the question, if is the product of two numbers x and y a prime number, we were saying कि definitely कौन सा statement answer करता है question को. Okay, now here I have changed the question to can now. Okay, so now when it is can, what happens here? I just have to show कि any one value of x and y where xy becomes a prime number. ओके, तो ऐसा कोई वैल्यू है क्या अपने पास? ओके, सो हियर वी हैव व्हाट, 3 and 1, है ना? x is equal to 3, y is equal to 1. So here statement 1 will give me what? X minus y, that is 3 minus 1 is a prime number, is equal to 2, which is a prime number. Okay, so in this scenario, what will happen to xy? Xy is 3 into 1 is equal to 3, which is a prime number. So statement 1 does answer my question. Are you getting this? The difference between is and can. Can में मेरे को बस एक वैल्यू ऐसा फाइंड करना है x and y का so that I can show that the product of x and y is a prime number. Is it clear? Shivaranjani, Nitesh, Aisha? Yes. Okay. Same way for y also. Okay, so y is not a prime number. So y, let's say, take it as 1. Okay. Then if I can say ki x is 2, in this scenario, what will happen? Xy will be 1 into 2, that is 2, which is again a prime number. So I can, from statement 2 also, I can say ki yes, it can so happen. That is, statement 2 alone is also sufficient to answer my question. So here the answer would be what? Either S1 or S2 alone is sufficient to answer my question. Is this clear everyone? ठीक है, ये is और can वाला थोड़ा सा आपको ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, ये why we are doing these kind of varieties is the UPSC will play with these aspects. ठीक है, चलो एक और करो इसी में. X minus 5 is a prime number. It's an even prime number. Make it okay. And y is not hata. Y is a prime number. Okay. Now tell me what will be the answer here. Acha, y is a prime number greater than 2 karo. It will be much easier to calculate. Okay. So here I've changed the question. I'm saying x minus y is an even prime number. I'm saying y is a prime number greater than 2. Okay. So then the question is the product of two numbers x and y a prime number? Try solving this one. Greater than 2, greater than 2. 2. This is 2. Greater than 2. Okay. So here the question is the product of two numbers x and y a prime number? Statement 1 says x minus y is equal to even prime number. Statement 2 says y is a prime number greater than 2. By solving this. Okay. Either. Okay. So we are getting D, we are getting either. Okay. Actually, I don't know the answer. We'll have to calculate. What about others? Aisha, Raghavan, Aisha D, Raghavan C. Okay. P and D. Okay. So let us see here. देखो यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहा है? Please understand. See, these kind of scenarios I am giving. The point is कि आप लोग मतलब वैसे चीज को फेस कर सके है ना. Examiner can use it any way he wants in these statement kind of questions. ठीक है. So your logic has to be very clear. That is the reason I am एक ही क्वेश्चन को लेके उसके अलग अलग पॉसिबिलिटीज आपको बता रहा हूँ. ओके. या सो डोंट थिंक इट पर्सनली कि एक क्लास में बस एक ही क्वेश्चन हुआ, एक क्लास में दो ही क्वेश्चन हुआ. ओके. वी आर ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड द लॉजिक बिहाइंड इट and trying to clear the concepts behind it. That is more important. Answer, if the logic is correct, answer will be by default you will get the correct answer. Okay. All right, so now let us say the question is the product of two numbers x and y a prime number? I am saying x minus y is even prime number. So what is an even prime number? 2. You know? So I have clearly said that x minus y is equal to 2. Okay. Now the question is the product? Okay. So I should be able to say ki yes, xy is definitely prime. Or I should be able to say what? Xy is definitely not a prime. These are the only two scenarios in which I can answer the statement question at hand. Okay. Now, if I get x minus y is equal to 2, what can be the possible values? X is equal to 3, y is equal to 1. Okay, so 3 minus 1 will give me 2. In this scenario, what will be xy? Xy will be 3 into 1, that is 3, which is a prime number. Okay. Similarly, I can put what? I have to show now not a prime also, right? 4 minus 2. Exactly, Jyotsna. Okay. So if I put 4 and 2 here, then my xy becomes what? 4 into 2, that is 8. Now 8 is what? It is not a prime. Now, what does this mean? It simply means that just by statement 1 alone, I'm getting what? Xy can be either prime or not a prime. So it does not answer my question. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient to answer my question. Are you getting this, everyone? Okay. Yes. Now let us take the next one. Statement 2 is saying y is a prime number greater than 2. Okay. Greater than 2 बोलने से y can be what? 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 and so forth. Okay. So here we do not know the nature of x. Okay. But we know that is if I multiply a Achha, you tell me about this concept. If I multiply a prime number with any other number, can I definitely say it will be a prime number? The result would be a prime number. Can I say this? That is, I'm multiplying a prime number to any other number. It's not necessary, right? Clear cut. So आपका जो x का value है, now it can be anything. Let's say I'm taking x is equal to 2. Then in this scenario, what happens? xy becomes 6. That means what? It is not a prime. Now similarly, if I take x is equal to 1, in this scenario, what will happen? xy, y is 3. So xy will be 3. Here I am getting xy is prime. So what I am seeing here, again, if I take statement 2 alone, I will get what? Two possible values of x and y, xy. It can be prime also, or it cannot be prime also. So again, I am not getting a definite answer from here. Okay? So S1 alone, S2 alone is not sufficient to answer the question. Any doubt till here? किसी को भी कोई doubt? No. Okay? All right, so I'm removing all of this. Now let us see if together makes any sense. Okay, so here it is saying x minus y is equal to, Achha, the question was something different, right? What was the question? Tell me the question, anyone? Achha, it was even prime. Okay, even prime. And what was here? Y is achha, prime number greater than 2, right? That was the question. Take it. Greater than 2. Okay, so see here what is happening now. If I combine both the statement together, I'm getting x minus y is equal to 2. Okay, and I'm getting y is a prime number greater than 2. That means what? Y can have values of 3, 5, 7, 11. What will be the nature of y? If y is a prime number greater than 2, what is the nature of y? All of this is what? Odd or even? It is odd, clearly. Okay? So what do we observe here? Just simply see here. This is anyways even. 2 is fixed. It is even number. It will not change. Okay. What is the nature of y? Y is odd. Okay. So then tell me what will be the nature of x? If x is odd plus even, what will be the nature of x here? X will be definitely odd. ये आपको सबको समझ में आ गया यहाँ तक के? Everyone understood this aspect? ठीक है? Now tell me, what can you tell about x? If x is odd, y is another odd, what will happen here? See, already here, it will be some number. No, it's not. Here we are trying to multiply, Nitish, not add it up. Okay, multiply, है ना? तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Already एक number है 3. X जो आएगा कोई odd number लेके आएगा. Okay, it will bring up some odd number. Okay. Now, when I multiply 3 into any other odd number, can I definitely say it will not be a prime number? Can I say this? Because यहाँ पे जो भी number होगा, उसका भी अपना factors होगा. Why not, Vicky? Why cannot I say this? You tell me one such value here, where 3 into something if I do. Let's say I take another prime number itself. Let's say, because it is odd, some prime number is there. Again, what will happen? It will be not a prime number, right? For example, here if it is 3 into 5, what will happen? 15. It will not be a prime number. Okay? The only possible scenario where x could make a change here is if 3 into 1 is happening. है ना? उसी केस में आपका एक प्राइम नंबर आएगा. दैट इज अगेन दिस नंबर रिपीट्स इटसेल्फ. ओके, बट योर x कैन नेवर बी 1. द रीजन इज व्हाट? ये वाला सिनेरियो देखो, x इज व्हाट? 2 प्लस y, मतलब x 2 से तो ज्यादा ही होगा. आर यू गेटिंग दिस एवरीवन? ठीक है, विकी गॉट इट. व्हाट अबाउट द रेस्ट ऑफ यू? मनीषा गॉट इट. आयशा गॉट इट. ठीक है, व्हाट अबाउट ज्योत्सना, राघवन, नीतीश? गॉट इट. ठीक है, सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर ये चीज, ध्यान से लिख लो इसको कहीं पे. ठीक है, यू राइट दिस डाउन समवेयर. ये आपको ऑब्जर्वेशंस में ये काम आएगा. दैट इज, इफ आई मल्टीप्लाई ए प्राइम नंबर with any other number, I will not get it as another prime number. Okay. The condition is this should not be 1. Okay. इसको छोड़ के बाकी कोई भी नंबर से मैं मल्टीप्लाई करूं प्राइम नंबर को, आई विल नेवर गेट बैक ए प्राइम नंबर इटसेल्फ. Okay. And the condition is it is all positive numbers. Okay, all positive integers or all natural numbers. I hope this is very clear. Okay, so for example 3 is there. If I multiply with another prime number 5, so that is now not a prime number. If I multiply with any other number, it is anyways not a prime number. Okay, so a prime number multiplied by any number except 1, okay, except 1, will never give me another prime number. Okay, so here the answer is what? If I combine both of them, I can clearly see that the product of two numbers x and y will never be a prime number. So the answer will be what? Is this clear to everyone? ठीक है, so जब भी ऐसा क्वेश्चन आए, always reduce it to even and odd fraction. Okay, because आप हमेशा values पे निर्भर नहीं कर सकते. Please remember this aspect, and especially in UPSC exam, anyways you cannot. The reason is UPSC always goes for the extreme parts, है ना, जो आपने एग्जाम में सोचा नहीं होगा. So it is always better you convert that into even, odd, and try to make sense of it. ठीक है? Okay, Manisha got it. I hope the rest of you have also understood. ठीक है? Okay, fine. Okay. Array, I have removed everything. S2 definitely wrong. S2 alone is not sufficient. Okay. S2 alone is not sufficient, Nitish. Right? Okay, so now try another one. Okay, now this is something which is a question again. The question here is asked, what is the value of x? So clearly here we are not asking you is the value of x something, how many pairs, how many values of x are possible. This is not the question. The question is what is the value of x? Okay. Now two statements are given. S1 says x is less than 15. Statement 2 says x is greater than 13. Okay. So which one will answer my question? C, okay. Vicky C. Raghavan C. Nitish C. 88 Jyotsna C. Right. See here. Okay, your logic is right. See here, you're saying ki yes, x is less than 15, x is greater than 13. So yes, 14 is the unique value. Okay, what is the value of x? X is equal to 14. Okay. Now tell me here, is ये पूरे क्वेश्चन में कहीं पे भी ये मेंशन है क्या x is an integer? Are you getting what I'm saying? You can say x is equal to 14 when here I mention x is an integer, or if I mention x is a natural number. Otherwise, x can have any values. X could be what? 13.5, 13.6, 13.7. It could be any of these values. Are you getting what I'm saying? It could be any rational or irrational number between 13 and 15. Yes, in between 13 and 15, it could be any numbers, any point of numbers. Okay? So here, until and unless. So here the answer would be what? D. Together also it is not sufficient. The reason is it is not specifically mentioned that x is an integer or not, or it is a natural number or a whole number. Something of that sort has to be mentioned. Okay, it is not mentioned. That is the reason. Okay, and this one is a cat question. Okay, so that is the reason. This might seem very easy, but this is the way the examiner tricks you. Okay, all right. What about your state of mind? Can we continue? कि अभी saturation आ गया है आप लोग का. ठीक है, कंटिन्यू राइट. ये पूरा आपने किया है. दिस इज नॉट समथिंग एनीथिंग दैट न्यू वी आर टेकिंग. If no specific nature of number is given, do we need to take any like natural number? Now, in statement based questions, you have to be very particular. Okay, because see, the entire topic is what is said. इस topic का नाम क्या है? Data sufficiency question. This is what is a topic का नाम itself is this. So the नाम में ही दिया है कि is the data sufficient to answer the question at hand? Okay. So until and unless not mentioned, to solve this. Okay. Now, if it is any other kind of question, for example, if I'm saying x is a range, x is a value, okay, x is a value between 13 and 15. So यहाँ पे directly आप 14 लोगे. Okay. But in data sufficiency problems, you have to be extra careful. Until and unless mentioned, you will not assume anything. Okay. All right. So if this is clear, try another question. Now this is on an equation based format. Okay. Directly दो equation दिया है और एक question पूछा गया आपसे. ठीक है. So the question asked is x is a unique integer. What is the value of x? Okay. So here clearly it is given x should be unique and it should be an integer. ठीक है. So two equations have been given. Simply solve those two equations. Tell me which statement will answer your question. D. Okay. This C. Okay. Raghavani, Aisha D. What about Manisha? Manisha A. ठीक है. So you tell me, what are the values you are getting here? What is the value of x you are getting when you solve this equation? ठीक है. यही difference आपको समझ में आ गया. That is, if I solve this, this becomes what? X square is equal to 25 minus 16 or 9. Or if I put this here, x can have what values? Either it could be plus or minus 3. Yes. Is my voice audible to everyone? ठीक है ना? Okay. All right. Nitish, just check once, है ना? All right. So here what we are getting is, there are two values of x that we are getting. X can be 3 or it can be minus 3 also. Okay. Both of them will satisfy the condition. No, unique integer means one value. Okay. Only one value of x has to be there. Okay. So here when I see here, I get what? X is 3 and minus 3. So it is not a unique integer. I'm getting two different values. Okay. Now what about this equation? What is the value of x I am getting from here? What is the value of x? Can you solve second? Simply see here, 3 is common, right? 3 is common, take it out. Okay. See here, if it is, yeah, here it is 3x square minus 18x plus 27 is equal to 0. So here, what is the common factor that you find? 3 is here, 3 is here, 3 is here. Take it out. 3. Then this becomes x square. This becomes 6x. That is 6 into 3 is 18 plus 9. Why 9? 9 into 3 is 27 is equal to 0. Okay. Now 3 I am taking it to the other side. So it becomes what? 0 by 3. That is again 0. So I can write this as x square minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. Okay. Now here, this is nothing but what? X minus 3 the whole square, right? That is, if you expand x minus 3 the whole square, you are getting what? X square minus 2ab, that is minus 3 into 2, minus 6 into x plus 9 is equal to 0. So what you are getting here is x minus 3 is equal to 0, or x will have values what? 3 and 3. Okay. Now in which one are you getting a unique integer? That is only one value of x. You are getting that from statement 2. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. Where is 9? What 9, Nitish? 9, यहाँ वाला 9. Equation. ये equation you just इसको ये करो ना. So here x minus 3 the whole square is what? X square plus 2 into x is what? X into b is what? Here. Yes, sorry, a plus b. Na? So b is minus 3 here. Okay, minus 3 plus minus 3 the whole square. So here it is x square minus 6x plus 9. Fine. So you can see here x square minus 6x plus 9. Is it clear? Nitish, I hope this is clear. ठीक है. All right, so this is equation based. अच्छा एक काम करो, इसमें एक और करो. If equation is a problem, try this one. क्या करना चाहिए? X square plus 19 is equal to 100. Okay. Saturated Jyotsna. ठीक है, ये लास्ट इसको इक्वेशन करो and then I'll give you the rest of it as homework. ठीक है. This equation 1, just solve it and then I'll give the rest of it as homework. X square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now tell me which statement will be sufficient to answer your question. First equation is x square plus 19 is equal to 100. Second equation is x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay. So which statement will give me a unique integer? D. D. What about others? This is the last question. Okay, we'll end with this and I'll give you 2 or 3 questions as homework. Jyotsna D. Okay. Aisha D. ठीक है. D. ठीक है. So here what you are getting? X square is equal to 100 minus 19, or this is 81. So what will be the value of x? Plus or minus 9. Okay. Same way here, what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to break it down. Okay. So how do you break it down? X square. The factors of 6 you have to take, Raghavan. Okay. 6 ke kya factors hai? If you break it down, it is either 1 and 6 or 2 and 3. You know? So if you take 1 and 6, it will not give you 5. Okay. But if you take 2 and 3, here you will get 5. Okay. So here you take minus 2x minus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. Or x into x minus 2 minus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Or it is x minus 3 x minus 2 is equal to 0. Or the values of x is what? 2 and 3. Okay. So here we are finding what? There is no unique integer, because here in the first equation we are getting plus or minus 9. In the second equation we are getting, second statement we are getting x is equal to 2, x is equal to 3. Okay, so we are not getting unique values. If you combine both together also, you are not getting a common value here. Therefore, the answer will be. Okay. All right. So with that, the rest of the questions I will give it to you as homework. Okay. So this one you do as homework. 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 Okay. Okay. From here on, we will continue in the next class. Okay. Okay, so with that, we end the class. The students who have a doubt, they can stay back. The rest of you can leave the class. Okay, so the class is over.
Sir,